Right? If the goal isn't to ask for some sign to test whether God's saying to go this way or that, how do we discern whether to move or take a job or do whatever? This is a super important question because we live in a cultural moment that is all about declaring what we're doing. Right? This is how we do things. We go off and pray on our own, maybe as a family, if we're really collaborative. But generally, we make decisions as individuals, then we declare it to our friends, family, and others, and we say, this is what we're doing. Bless me. And it often doesn't work out very great because now people are like, wait, you're doing what? In contrast, as a church, we want to create a culture of discernment. A culture that puts Jesus at the center and is processed in community. I have a mentor, his name's Terry Walling. He says this, you don't get to clarity alone. And I think he's right. This is true for a lot of reasons. One, you and I, let's just admit it, we are blind beggars in God's kingdom, and we really need each other to discern well. I have yet to meet a person in this church or in any church I have ever been a part of that really could. I thought, that person could just discern all on their own, independent of any help from anyone else. I've yet to meet that person. I'm certainly not that person. Now, there's lots of good ways to do discernment in community. There's one that I've done a few times that I find helpful. I'll sort of articulate the process just to give you something very practical that you can hold on to. First, I would say this, identify 5 to 6 people that you actually trust. This isn't people that are going to run you over. This isn't people that are going to shame you or try and lecture you or pressure you into their position. This is people you actually trust and believe, man, this person really wants the best for me. Okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to invite them into your process. You're going to identify the people. You're going to then invite them into your process. You're going to tell them what you're considering. So I'm thinking about taking this job. I'm thinking about moving to this place. I'm thinking about marrying this person. And what you're going to do is say, these are the questions I have. This is the process. I want you guys to pray about it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to gather that group of people who's already had time to think about and pray about your situation. And you're going to invite them in, and in the most open-handed way you possibly can, you're going to say, ask me any question you have. I'm open. And their role isn't to lecture you or interrogate you. Their role is simply to ask the question and allow you to respond. And as you do this, then you're just going to take some time to pray and listen for God's guidance. Then, after you've gone through this, you make a decision based on that process. Questions, feedback, people you trust and love, you've prayed together. That is involving other people in a process so that you feel like, we're really trying to discern God's will.